It's in my Dropbox now.
With a big platform.
Did you put that? Where's it at? This one?
So you want to do Doja Cat instead of Chris Brown?
And big personality.
Yeah, let's do that. Ready? 30 seconds. When does summer officially start?
It's no surprise this pair.
Yeah, of course. You always say that it's on your birthday.
Found their home in radio.
Enough already about your birthday. This is the battle that we have. I want to know when summer officially starts.
It's a chance for them to amplify their own voices, sure.
Put a face to the voice.
Instead, they give a voice to the people.
Hit me up on the text line or give me a call, 303-893-DROP. This is an opportunity for us to really lean into the community.
Nikki Sworn, also known as
your girl America Jones, right here on 104.7 The Drop, the people's station for R&B and hip-hop.
Says Denver's hip-hop station, The Drop, prides itself on being listener-supported. The station has been streaming since 2019, and in early 2021, they launched on the signal 104.7 FM.
It's not a corporate entity where everything's programmed out of this cloud and you're told what to play. No, our community gets to lean in and tell us what they love, what they don't like, and how to grow.
And beyond music.
It's the remix, Mooski and Chris Brown. It's Track Star, the remix.
The community also hears themselves, reflected in the DJ staff.
I think that was my number one priority, was to lift our voices.
So Nikki, along with Unique Henderson,
the drop303.org,
and other black DJs serve as the station's radio personalities.
To talk to the people with the grand rising in the morning, kings and queens, I believe it holds weight. So it's an honor, a dope opportunity, and it's a pleasure to take care of the Mile High City as much as possible.
And what better way than to have people of color talk about the influence of the culture and talk about the music we're creating.
A way for them to engage from a place of experience.
I've been treated like that myself here in Colorado when I used to live in the South, just by walking down the street, getting pulled over for no reason.
And a way to educate others.
More to show them that this is real. This is going on every single day, and it's still going on today.
Intersecting music and experiences faced by Colorado's communities of color goes back to an ongoing philosophy at the Drop's parent station, KUVO Jazz.
I've been fortunate to be with the organization since almost the inception.
Carlos Lando, general manager of KUVO, remembers the station's early days in the 80s when they broadcasted from here in the historically black Five Points neighborhood.
When KUVO started, we probably had more black folks and Latino folks working for us in one station than all the others combined at that time.
And Carlos was one of the disc jockeys.
You wanted people to know that this is the black experience. I was the Latino in the group, and so I brought that element into it, and we started to bridge those culturally, that cultural bridge a little bit.
Together, through sharing jazz, they also shared insight on the lives of the genre's first creators.
It came from the suffering of African Americans. All this music came from the blues and the church. And if those people had not experienced what they had experienced in their life in this country 100 years ago, 200 years ago, the music would be totally different.
While KUVO Jazz moved in 2020 from 5 Points to new facilities just up the road, he says their commitment to listener needs remains the same.
The deeper level is what you're going to hear is you're going to hear music, conversation that's reflective of jazz in Colorado and jazz in Denver. In other words, when the hosts open up that microphone and they talk about a particular recording or something, generally speaking, you're going to hear a lot of local artists because we have a great talent base here.
And their partnership with The Drop, Carlos sees it as a chance to re-energize the genre.
In order for people to appreciate music at a deeper level, whether it's hip hop on one side or jazz on the other, you have to find commonalities in the music, whether it's a beat, whether it's a rhythm.
So now, both studios located side by side are doing the work together. Delivering music, uplifting local artists.
While we can play Miles Davis, we can turn around and play Ron Miles, who is a national artist, but is the head of jazz studies down at Metro, and is an amazing trumpet player, and just happens to live here. He's born and raised, came from here.
My favorite artist in the city, I'm gonna say A-Meezy, I'm gonna say Midas, I'm gonna say Trev Rich, I'm going to say Sunset Sessions, which is a drummer DJ set that I do with Rob Tees. Ooh, shameless plug.
The very backbone, one of our main tent poles is the Colorado independent hip hop and R&B artists.
And they're sharing experiences with their listeners, those that are similar and different.
If you don't identify with me as a person of color, we might have a shared experience. Maybe it was an educational experience that we shared together, or maybe it was just a love of an artist that we play.
If it sounds like local radio at its finest, Nikki says you wouldn't be wrong.
Our whole team here is unbelievable. You can't write this story. It is a fairy tale.
It's what happens when you step behind the mic.
Here we go, stand by. One of my musical treasures, a flute player, saxophonist who's born and raised here in Colorado, still living here even though he's world known. I'm referring to Nelson Rangel.
And give a voice to the people.
450 in the Mount High City.
With photojournalist Adam Hilberry, I'm CB Cotton,
West Montgomery.
Denver 7.